So when a woman run into a man like that, how should she handle that?
I can't say what I really want to say on air.
Yes, you can.
Oh, I can curse?
Oh.
Okay,
I
well,
thought
see,
you were a
well
Christian.
then, yeah, that doesn't mean I don't want to curse right now, but that's okay. I'll just say,
What type of man do you look for?
I like nice guys.
Nice guy.
Yeah, like Obama types.
Oh, weak men.
Weak. Really? Weak and nice? Okay. They're not synonymous.
Nice guys finish last.
No, that's a stupid slogan.
No, nice men are weak. Every nice man that I've ever met or heard anybody meeting, women don't respect them.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you nice?
No.
Yes, guys, I agree with Jesse. Nice guys always come last. From my own experience, anytime I try to be nice in life, I find out that people always take advantage of me. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Culture War. This very interesting interview. There she's going to be interviewing a dating coach, female dating coach. Very interesting interview. It kind of went south towards the end. I want you to enjoy this interview. If you've not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get more videos like this. Without further ado, as usual, let's dive in.
Welcome to the Fallen State. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Thank you so much for being with me. I absolutely appreciate it. Today I'm talking to Chiaku Hansen. Chiaku is a relationship blogger who writes for the Huffington Post. She's also in her third year of pursuing her doctorate in psychology. Her blog is Male Decoder. Thank you so much for coming in. You told my producer that your dad is of God, your mother is an Orthodox Buddhist, your grandmother is a Christian, and your grandfather was part of the Nation of Islam. Wow. What was it like growing up with that type of surrounding?
Growing up in the household was fine. Everybody is kind of allowed to choose their own spiritual path.
Right.
So we all get along.
And so what do you believe at this point?
God. I've always believed in God.
But you don't, are you a Christian?
Yeah.
You're a Christian. So you went your
yeah,
father.
I don't like to really label myself, but yeah.
You went your father's route.
Yeah.
A male decoder. You are a male decoder. What is that?
I just kind of decode the male psyche.
And is this with all men or just the ones you date?
No, all men.
All men.
Yeah, but believe it or not, men contribute. I've talked to every man from every race, and when I say talk, I mean meet, interact. They like to contribute. They tell me things. Yeah, they open up to me.
May I ask, how old are you?
33.
Tell us a bit about your blog and how did you get into male psychology?
Well, I used to be really, really, really confused about men and their behavior, and I just started praying about for answers or to understand men more, and then God just started giving me epiphanies and I just started feeling more a spirit of discernment, more intuitions about things, and then things just started coming to me and I started getting answers. So I started a blog, and I started on Blogspot, and it just blew up, and it just took off.
Prior to understanding men, what was it about men that you did not understand?
I didn't understand why a man would come on strong and then decide he's not going to call anymore, or text message, claim that he's interested, but just text message, hide behind text, or it was just certain mannerisms and behaviors that was contradictory to me.
And would you ask them about it? Why are you acting this way? What does all this mean?
I'm so not confused anymore that I don't even remember.
When you say come on strong, can you explain what does that mean? How do they come on strong?
If a guy is pursuing and he pulls back.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? Like the push-pull kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And that would confuse you.
Yeah, that's confusing to a lot of women.
And do you know what it means now, when a man is coming on strong?
Yeah, I mean, men are very, I would say, black and white in a sense. They either want you or they don't. They're not very much so confused about what men are action driven. So when they pursue their dreams, when they pursue something, they go for it. They don't question it. They're not confused about it. So usually when a man is pulling and pushing and pushing and pulling, he's confused, he's not the one, and you need to move on. Do
they like the advice that you give them, or do they like the ability to tell you things?
I think men like to play this whole we're simple, all we need is food, sex, and sleep, And that's not true. They're more complex than that. So when I open up that door of like understanding them on a psychological level instead of male bashing or being a feminist or whatever, I think they appreciate that. So I think they seek my advice first, and then they're like, I want to tell you something.
And what have you learned about men that you had not realized prior to blogging?
I understand like why, what makes them fall in love, or what makes them want to pursue a woman.
What would make a man fall in love?
What would make you
I
fall
know
in love?
Yeah, I like the kind of women that understand the order of life and knows that she is not above me and not trying to control me, and, you know, that kind. And women like to control, am I right?
Huh?
Women like to control men. Is that right?
Women like to control men.
Yeah.
Maybe her husband. I don't know.
Do women
Men like to control. I think everybody's controlling.
But do women like to control men?
I think we like to control each other.
No, that's not what I'm asking. Do women like to control men? And not all, but most.
Maybe to some extent, but I think men like to control too.
So is that a yes or no about the women?
It's a maybe.
You don't know? You don't know?
I'm not gonna throw women under the bus like that.
Do men like to control?
I think everybody is controlling to some extent, but it's just a spectrum thing.
What do men want from women?
What do men want from women? Men want a lot of things. They want their ego stroked. They want to be cared for. They want to be understood. It depends on the culture, and it depends on the race.
Black men, what do they want from women?
They need to be king. They need to be head. They need to be, I feel like because of what happened during our Holocaust, our Black Holocaust, whereas the black man was beaten down mentally and made physically strong, and the black woman was made mentally strong, I feel like the roles reversed a little. And so what they need is to be king. They need to be respected. They need to be heard. They need compassion.
That sounds like what women need.
They need it too.
Really?
Yeah,
But are those normal men?
normal. Yeah, men need love.
They do?
Yeah.
I always thought that men need respect
They
and
need
women
respect.
need love.
Men need respect and love.
And so what do you tell a man like that when he blog you, hey, look, I need to be the king, I need love, I need to be heard, I need to be called baby, I need this. What do you tell him?
Well, I want to first of all, if somebody just came to me and just emailed me out of the blue like that, I would want to examine for narcissism, because that's a little odd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to blatantly say it like that. Now, if they were saying, I want someone who's going to be there when I call, or massage my back sometimes when I come home, or just be more empathetic, that's a little different. I would
Right.
just be like, are you giving that same thing to your mate? I would examine for narcissism, you know? Are you projecting, you know?
Do women want men that need all those things?
That need what?
Love and attention, to be heard.
Do women need men
Do
like that?
women want men like that?
I don't think that women sit around and say, I want a man who wants to be heard, and I want a man who wants to be respected. Like, I don't think that women, that's weird.
So what type of man do women want?
It depends, because if a woman had a bad relationship with her father, she might desire something that she's not healed from. And if a
Right.
woman
That's
had a
true.
healthy relationship with her father, she might desire something different from, it depends on if the woman is unrighteous. She might want an unrighteous man, you know?
What type of man do you look for?
I like nice guys.
Nice guy.
Yeah, like Obama types.
Oh, weak men.
Weak. Really? Weak and nice? Okay. They're not synonymous.
Nice guys finish last.
No, that's a stupid slogan.
No, nice men are weak. Every nice man that I've ever met or heard anybody meeting, women don't respect them.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you nice?
No.
Well, I think it's a difference between being nice and being timid and not having like self-respect versus being a gentleman, but yet still being strong
Okay.
and being empathetic and still being like, you know, a leader. I know nice guys who don't take any mess from anybody.
What are white men looking for in a woman?
They pretty much, I think they like submissiveness to an extent. They like compliments. I think they like their ego stroked as well. It's very simple with them.
How about the Hispanics?
Hispanic men tend to be very affectionate.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I think they're more so looking for like to start like a life with someone, like a lot of romance right away, a lot of passion right away.
And so they want romance and passion because they want to start a family.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So they want to get it on. I'm hearing you right? Yes. Men who try to have sex with women prior to marriage don't love women, they hate women. And that man that have sex with you prior to marriage is going to cheat on you after marriage. Do you agree with that?
I mean, you are so radical.
I'm so what?
Radical.
What do you mean?
Like, I just swear you just say things just to get a reaction, like.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you how it is. Because women to men are like a dope dealer. Because of the hatred of their mothers, they hate their mothers and grandmothers, so they hate all women. They have the same urging for sex. And so they go after the woman the way that they would go after drugs. And so when the woman deals it over to them, they feel satisfied. But the woman think that he want her when it's really not about her. Mm-hmm. And that's why I tell women to wait. Mm-hmm. Date for a while with no sex so you can see what you're getting.
Yeah, I tell women that too, because you can weed out so many like douchebags when you wait.
Yeah.
When you wait to have sex, you just have to just treat them like, yeah, right, you know?
That's right.
You just have to have that self-respect. You have to have that love, because I believe insecurity is sort of a disease.
Yeah.
And if you don't like love yourself or respect yourself or like yourself, then you can fall into a lot of traps.
So when a woman run into a man like that, how should she handle that?
I can't say what I really want to say on air.
Yes, you
know?
can.
Oh, I can curse?
Oh.
Okay,
I
well,
thought
see,
you were
well
cursing.
then, yeah, that doesn't mean I don't want to curse right now, you know, but that's okay. I'll just say, first of all, you have to love yourself, and you have to not care what anyone thinks of you. What I mean by that is, like, you have to own yourself. And I think that with a lot of women, they don't own who they are. They want to be Cindy, they want to be, Malia, they want to be all these other people instead of just loving who they are, loving how they are, and accepting who they are.
So how do you go from not loving who you are to loving who you are?
You gotta, first of all, you have to start accepting who you are and getting to the root of any insecurity that you have.
Do you consider yourself a feminist?
No.
You're not a feminist. What is a feminist?
You just asked me.
Right. What is it?
I mean, what a radical, it's a radical movement about the empowerment of women, right?
Right, and they hate men?
I think a lot of them do.
Yeah.
I believe it was started by lesbians, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they hate men?
Some of them. Many of them.
Do you tell them the truth about themselves?
I mean, in the work environment, it's a little different, but yeah.
When you say the work environment is different, in what way?
When you're in a work environment, you can't be like, you know what? What's your relationship with? Why do you act like that? Why are you so petty? And why it's a different way you kind of have to go about things.
I see,
yeah, it just
Otherwise
depends.
you get fired. Right. So let me ask you some other questions that are happening in the world. Abortion. Do you support abortion?
Do I support? I mean, I don't believe in abortions for myself, but I don't really care what anyone else does with their body.
You don't care if other women are having abortions?
I don't even think that has anything to do with my Huffington Post article. But what I will say is that I don't judge people for the decisions that they make, because I don't know who they serve. I don't know what their relationship is with God.
Right.
I don't know.
But just your personal opinion.
My personal opinion for
Being
myself.
a Christian, it would be wrong to have an abortion.
I can't answer that. I can only answer for myself.
How about same-sex marriage? Do you support that?
No.
You don't, and why not?
Because biologically, man and woman are made to be together and procreate. That's just how God made it.
That's right. I also read that you have feminists in your family.
My grandmother was a feminist.
Really?
My grandmother was a feminist, and there were chauvinists in my family.
And so what is a chauvinist?
Isn't that like you, kind of?
Like me? When you say like me, how am I? And how do you see me?
I see you as a guy that is full of contradictions.
In what way?
You say, I think you don't define yourself as, you say you're American, right?
Yes.
So you don't define yourself by race.
No, I'm not an African American. I don't have an afro. I have an Amerifro. I was born in Alabama, in America, and to me, that's a blessing. And why would I want to take that blessing and turn it into a curse? People who were born here but calling themselves African Americans are cursed because they don't feel like this is their home. And if you don't feel like this is your home, you're not going to feel a part of it. You're not going to take care of it.
I swear I feel like you just say things to get a reaction.
What do you does it sound wrong?
It sounds stupid. It's not a label. It's what you are. You take an African lion from Africa, you put it in the San Diego Zoo, it's still an African lion. It's just at the San Diego Zoo. So it's not about a label. It's not about, it's not a membership. It's about your descendants.
Why do other blacks get mad with those blacks who say they are not African Americans, but they are Americans?
Well, because America's not a race.
That's why they get mad?
It's not a race. It's a nationality, but it's not a race. And it's kind of ignorant because your DNA is your DNA.
American is not a nationality, it's an idea.
Well, that's even worse then because you're calling yourself an idea.
But being African American is an idea too, because it's not reality.
Okay, well, we can go back and forth about the semantics
And
of
what
words.
else?
But
what else can
what
I
I
clear?
will say is that we all know that we come from Africa. We all know about the
I did not
oldest
come from Africa.
Our DNA is our DNA, and we are descendants of what
What's
we are
the purpose
descendants
of creating a label African American if you don't have to do it? Why do it?
The truth is still the truth. The DNA is the DNA.
What else would you like for me to clear up for you? Because I know you said you looked me up, you heard about me before coming, and you thought about not coming, but some people told you to come, and I appreciate that you did. So what else I need to clean up for you?
I don't believe some of the stuff you say. I think that you say things to get a reaction.
Like what?
Like, I don't know, a lot, things pertaining to race. It just seems like you don't believe those things.
Why do I need to get a reaction?
Well, I think because you're controversial. You like the reaction.
Why though?
Well, because you have a TV show.
So why would I get a reaction telling men to forgive their parents for failing them?
That's not the reaction
and
that I
stop
think you're
hating?
looking for.
Okay.
I'm talking about when it comes to like femininity, the feminist movement, chauvinism, race, those things I think you want a reaction about.
So why would there be a reaction if I say to black people that racism is an illusion? It's a spiritual battle. It's a warfare between good and evil, not physical. Why would I get a reaction from that?
Because you know the stuff you say is ridiculous.
Do you believe our battle is physical or spiritual?
I know how to fight in the spiritual realm. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? However, everybody is not of the spirit.
But
so
that's your
some
job.
people,
That's your job.
Some people fight
so
in the
that would
flesh.
be your job if you know that it's spiritual, but someone else doesn't know. Isn't it your job to bring them to that understanding? To tell them that it's not about race, it's about the spirit? You agree with me about that, right?
I think that is a loaded question or whatever. But
How's that loaded?
I think
you're a Christian. I'm talking to another Christian. You agree with me that the battle is not about skin color, it's spiritual. Am I right?
No, I think everybody's not of the spirit. So with some people, they are fighting against physical, realms, and then some people understand that it's a spiritual battle and they're fighting in different ways. But
Right.
Racism is racism, discrimination is discrimination. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You can't just change the way you look at things.
So
it is what it is.
But you're going to either follow God's way or Satan's way. And Satan said it's physical.
And some people are following Satan's way and some people are following God's way.
Right. So for people like you who are following God's way, right? Don't you have the responsibility to bring those on Satan's way to try to wake them up out of that fallen state?
I think I'm able to see the truth. And I'm able to see what's going on. But I'm not about staying stuck in a place. I'm about using,
Right.
use your spirit, use your power within and overcome whatever it is instead of just sitting in a state of like powerlessness. That's what I'm about.
And so
but
are you about
the truth
helping
is still the
those?
truth. I'm still not going to change the facts around and disbelieve what is going on because I want to just change the meaning of things and change the way people see things. No, I see things for what it is. But my responsibility is myself. I can't change anyone but myself.
But you can point it out to them. That is
I can
not
point certain
physical.
things out, but I'm not going to point a lie out. I'm still going to see what the truth is. Some people do have problems with race. Some people do have
But it's
issues.
an illusion, though.
Well, oh, you mean if someone thinks that someone is when they're believing a lie, believing that someone may be inferior because they're a different color, or that's an illusion? Yeah, you're right. That is an illusion.
No,
but they
when
still
black
believe
people think that their battle is against the white person because of their skin color, isn't that an illusion?
What about if a person that's not non-black
No, that's-
actually says that they do have a problem with someone because of that?
That would be an illusion, too.
So
It's not because of their skin color, it's because they hate that person for some reason. They have made a bad judgment of that person. And then Satan tells them it's about the color. Am I
okay.
right?
So I see how you're flipping it. Okay, but you don't explain it that way.
But no one asked the way you're asking.
Well, why don't you just explain it that way?
I do sometimes.
Not sometimes, all the time.
So I'm right then. It's not
No,
a
it's not.
physical battle.
It's
It's
not
a
about
spiritual.
being right. Speak
No,
the
it's
truth.
about being right.
Speak the truth.
The
then.
truth is right.
You have to speak the truth.
I really appreciate you coming on.